morning, children. Welcome back. Hope you all are fine. In today's video, we will study about the formation of Muslim League and the objectives of Muslim League. The British government very effectively practiced the ideas of divide and rule. They convinced the Muslims that Congress is going to be raised as a threat for them because Congress mainly consisted of the Hindus, and so they made the Muslims to believe that their interest would not be protected by the Congress. Thus, a feeling of insecurity began to grow in the minds of Muslims living in India. And there were some movements, there were some leaders who instigated the people to fight for a movement of their own. Thus, communalism began to be grown in India. And the growth of this communalism ultimately resulted in the formation of a political party which is exclusively for the Muslims. Let us briefly examine the factors that led to the formation of Muslim League. Followed by the revolt of 1857, the Muslim rulers had lost their sovereignty. We know the last Mughal ruler, Bahadur Shah Zafar, was exiled to Rangoon, and the throne of Delhi was taken away from the Mughal rulers. This all caused the Muslims to lose their sovereignty in the administration. Not only that, the British began to blame the Muslims as the root cause behind the revolt of 1857. This all caused the British to have a kind of enmity towards the Muslims. The policy of divide and rule was another important factor that caused the development of Muslim League. British very effectively made use of divide and rule policy. They tried their level best to create gulf between the Hindus and Muslims, and they were successful in achieving their aims. Through many instances, the British were able to divide Hindus and Muslims. Even the partition of Bengal was introduced in such a way that it was done for the welfare of the Muslims. In the previous class, we learned that the real aim of the partition of Bengal was not the administrative advantage. It was primarily done to weaken the nationalistic movement and to create different indifferences between Muslims and Hindus. A relatively backward position of the Muslims was another important factor. See, the Muslims, they were mainly orthodox-minded people. It was not easy for them to accept the modern education. Because of their orthodox mentality, it was not possible for many of them to accept the modern English education. Thus, due to the lack of modern education, the Muslims still continued to be considered as backward community. They were backward not only in education, in trade, in commerce, in government service, in industry. Almost every such field, the Muslim community was not properly represented. These all are mainly due to the lack of education. A role of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was another important factor. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was a great visionary who did a lot for uplifting the Muslims. It is under his guidance the Muslims had slowly begun to adopt modern education. So Syed Ahmad Khan convinced his people that in any case, if the British leave the country, the opinion of the Muslims will be suppressed as they would be dominated by the Hindus. So they felt that it is necessary for them to have a political party of their own. Twisted interpretation of history was another factor. The British historians broadly divided the Indian history as Hindu history and Muslim history. That means from the 12th century AD, India had been ruled by the Muslim rulers. Along with the beginning of the Sultanate dynasty, India had been ruled by the Muslim rulers till 1857. So the British historians purposefully divided the Indian history into Hindu history and Muslim history. Some communal historians glorified the ancient past of India. They propagated that the developments that was made before the Sultanate period was not possible to continue during the time when the country was ruled by the Muslims. So these all created a feeling of insecurity in the minds of Muslims. Economic backwardness was another important factor. Due to the lack of education, it was not possible for the Muslims to bring development in any field. It was not possible for them to get appointment in the government service. It was not possible for them to establish any industries. It was not possible for them to contribute anything for the development of the country. This all caused them to continue to be backward. This economic backwardness was another reason that prompted them to have a party of their own. So these all factors together constituted the formation of Muslim League. Let us examine the events that led to the formation of Muslim League. To create a possible opposition to Congress by the Muslims, the Viceroy, Lord Minto, appointed a committee called Arundale Committee to find out suggestions to expand the Legislative Council. When the Muslim leaders came to know about this decision, they decided to act. Archibald, the new principal of Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College, suggested that the Muslims should take this opportunity and submit an application, a memorandum, an address to the Viceroy. And he suggested that this address or this application should proclaim loyalty towards the British government. There should be an expression of fear among the Muslims that their interests would be harmed under the general election if no separate constituencies were given exclusively for them. And so there should be introduced some system of nomination or representation on the basis of their religion as they were minority in the country. This address or these points were included in the application or the memorandum which was submitted to the Viceroy. Thus, on October 1st, 1905, a group of some 35 influential Muslim leaders led by Aga Khan met the Viceroy and submitted this memorandum. The Viceroy received this delegation and expressed his sympathy towards their demands. Already we have seen that the British very effectively practiced the policy of divide and rule. They wanted to divide Hindus and Muslims. So here, when the Muslim leaders suggested certain things which would beneficial them greatly, the Viceroy accepted those demands wholeheartedly. The success of the delegation motivated the Muslim leaders to form a political organization exclusively for them. Nawab Salimullah of Dhaka took the initiative of creating a new political party in December 1906, when the important leaders of Muslim community assembled there at Dhaka for the Muhammadan Educational Conference. He suggested his suggestions regarding the formation of a political party exclusively for the Muslims. This proposal for a political party was approved, and thus the All India Muslim League was formed in December 30, 1906 under the leadership of Nawab Salimullah. Aga Khan was elected as its first president. The Muslim League laid down its objectives. Following are the important objectives laid down by Muslim League: to promote loyalty among the Muslims towards the British and remove the misconceptions regarding the intention of the government in relation to the Indian Muslims, to protect and advance the political rights and interest of the Muslims, and to represent their needs and aspirations to the government in a mild and moderate language, to prevent the rise of hostility between Muslims of India and other communities. So these are the objectives of Muslim League when it was formed. In short, we can say that the primary aim of the Muslim League was to safeguard the interest of the Indian Muslims. It was made as a substitute of Congress among the Muslims, as the Muslim leaders believed that Congress represented only the Hindus. The British authorities wholeheartedly supported the creation of Muslim League because they wanted to practice the policy of divide and rule. They wanted to divide Indians on the basis of religion. So they supported the formation of Muslim League. So far, we have studied the reasons behind the formation of Muslim League and their objectives. Hope that these points are clear to you. If you have any doubt on any topic, you are free to contact me through the school app. One more thing, from the third week of September, you will have your unit test. 5 chapters will be coming in the test. 4 chapters of history, and one chapter from civics. Chapter 1 to 4 from history and chapter 1 of civics. There will be no objective type questions in the test, and all questions will be of descriptive. The details will be given to you through the app. It is enough for today. Take care. Bye. It is enough for today. Take care. Bye.